So, as we've talked about for the last week, even though Joe Burrow is no longer at training camp right now, he's technically still in the building and still doing, like walking around and doing that kind of stuff, but he's not able to practice in training camp. Now, as we talked about, for most players on the Bengals offense, it's not really that big of a deal. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd all already have chemistry with Joe Burrow. Obviously, the biggest people who are, negatively being affected by this is Irv Smith, Charlie Jones, Andre, and Chase Brown. Now, the good thing is, Irv Smith has been around the league, so he at least knows how it is playing with different quarterbacks. So, when Joe does come in, they're going to form that chemistry right away. While other rookies, they might have to take some time throughout the season to form that chemistry, Irv Smith spoke to the media about the whole entire thing, and this is what he had to say. It's growing every day, Smith said about the relationship. Obviously, he's not in practice right now. In the meetings rooms, things like that, he's very active. Just showing him that we can make plays as a group, receivers, tight ends, running backs, O-line, just building our confidence. He's the leader of this team, and we believe in him more than anyone, more than anybody. So it's awesome having a guy like that in big games and stuff like that. It's really gonna matter. And again, yes, as he states right here, it's not always just, you going out there and throwing the ball and catching the ball. It's also communication. We talk about this a lot in the secondary, but it also matters across the board for every single position. It's, drawing up different routes, saying, hey, I want you to be here on this route, on this route, on this route, on this route. Yes, you want to go in the field and perfect it and show that you're learning and, that chemistry being built, but it's also just kind of having that communication with one another to say, this is what you have to do. This is what I expect you to do. This is what I want you to do. Right? So that kind of stuff. With that being said, though, as it says right here, CJ and Hayden Hurst are prior to examples of how playing with Burrow can land a tight end a nice payday. Smith could finish a product on that assembly line. In all honesty, he could. He signed a 1-year contract with us. And I think a lot of the reason why he signed a 1-year contract with us on the Bengals side, it was because, he's dealing with injuries, obviously. The idea was we might draft a tight end. So there might be, a future guy for him to, replace, well, a future guy to replace Irv Smith next year. But on Irv Smith's side, it really was, he's going to have a career year this year with Joe Burrow. He's playing with the best quarterback in the game. He's going to go out there, put up, probably way better than Hayden Hurst numbers and CJ numbers, probably 1,000 yards, probably 6 or 7 touchdowns. And he's going to go out there and get a huge payday somewhere. Because if he can stay healthy, which is really his biggest knock on him as NFL fans / NFL teams, his biggest problem is staying healthy. If he can stay healthy every single game of the season, and he had a 1,000-yard season, and he has 6 touchdowns, yeah, he's definitely going to get a big payday somewhere. There's going to be a team that gives him probably more money than CJ and Hayden Hurst got. So, with that being said, that's kind of, the mutual beneficiary type relationship we have with him. He's here to help us go win a Super Bowl, and in return, if he has a great season, he'll probably go somewhere else and get paid. We're not going to end up paying him any big money. If he wants to come back for very low money, we'll probably offer him it. But we're not going to give him big money at all, especially with the fact that, we're about to pay Joe Burrow, we're about to pay T. Higgins, Jamar Chase contract extension, DJ Reader, Logan Wilson. You go down the list here, okay? With that being said, Irv Smith is kind of at the bottom of that list of players that we're really, thinking about giving another contract to. But with that being said, it's not bad for 1-year rental, as they would say, to have him on this squad and see how he can develop and, again, help us get to that Super Bowl and finally end this, 0 Super Bowl, absence for the Queen City. And that's what we're going to do here. So, with that being said, again, nice to hear that he is still getting in that communication. That's the one thing I will say, and I really give Joe Burrow credit here is even though he's dealing with injuries, and according to sources, he's walking around what looks like really fine. He looks like he's absolutely okay now. Now, of course, he's still dealing with it. It's just a grade 1. So it's not like, he has grade 2 or grade 3 where he can't put pressure on it. He can still walk around, but it looks like he's healing very fast according to sources. So, of course, I gotta give Joe credit here is he's still trying to do everything possibly that he can to work with his teammates, to work with his receivers, work with his tight ends. Whereas some quarterbacks, they might be like, you know what? Hey, listen, I'm playing Call of Duty because I got hurt. Oh, wait, that's Kyler Murray. No, on the real note, though, some quarterbacks, they might take this time and say, hey, listen, I need to get away. I'm hurt right now. I'm going to heal up, and I'm going to be right back with you guys. Joe's like, listen, I might be down, but I'm not out. I'm going to be at that facility. I'm going to be talking to you guys. I'm going to be making sure we have everything perfected before the season starts. So, shout out to Joe, as always, the #1 quarterback in the NFL. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.